a small rural town located in Jefferson County near the Texas border. With a population of just a few hundred residents, Terral epitomizes the close-knit community atmosphere characteristic of many small American towns. The town's economy is primarily based on agriculture, with vast fields of crops and ranches dotting the landscape. Despite its modest size, Terral boasts a rich history and a sense of camaraderie among its inhabitants, who often come together for local events and celebrations. The serene surroundings and the simplicity of life in Terral offer a stark contrast to the turmoil and mystery surrounding the tragic death of Noah Presgrove, bringing the town into an unexpected spotlight. The night was balmy, the air thick with the remnants of summer. The party, meant to celebrate the end of the season and a friend's 22nd birthday, was supposed to be a joyous occasion. However, for Noah Presgrove, a 19-year-old with dreams of joining the military, it marked the end of his short life. Discovered on September 4th, on the desolate stretch of US 81 near Terral, Oklahoma, Noah's death would soon become a baffling mystery cloaked in shadows and unanswered questions. The long Labor Day weekend had drawn Noah and his friends together for 4 days of celebration. The night of September 2nd was particularly raucous, documented extensively on social media. In one of the videos, Noah's friends could be seen drawing doodles and writing their names on his back and buttocks with black ink. At one point, he was recorded daring his friends to slap him across the face, turning the party into a bizarre mix of camaraderie and reckless abandon. In the early hours of September 3rd, Noah, heavily intoxicated with a blood alcohol level of 0.14 and wearing only mismatched shoes, left the party. He was seen riding an ATV with several men, an escapade that ended in a rollover incident. Though Noah survived, he was dirty, injured, and even more inebriated when he returned to the party. Accounts suggest that Noah got into an argument with a girl at the party, possibly over wanting to sleep in her bed. This confrontation, trivial as it may seem, upset Noah deeply. He walked away from the house, disappearing into the night, only to be found lifeless the next morning, a mile away from the party site. His body, broken and battered, was discovered on the side of the highway, a stark contrast to the lively young man seen in the party videos. Noah's body presented a grim tableau of extensive injuries. The autopsy, conducted by the Oklahoma Office of the Chief Medical Examiner, detailed 10 broken ribs, a severely fractured skull, a broken neck, and numerous internal injuries, including punctured lungs and severe brain trauma. His face was so brutally beaten that it looked like he had been attacked by multiple people. His injuries were catastrophic and varied, suggesting a violent end. The scene where Noah was found was perplexing. There were no vehicle parts or debris, ruling out a hit and run. His shorts were found nearby, undamaged, and there were 3 pieces of a white metal chain and a part of a tooth on the road. A clump of his hair, torn from his scalp, lay in the middle of the highway. Blood pooled inside his head, indicating a brain bleed, and his teeth were scattered across the road. Yet, despite the severity of his injuries, there was an eerie lack of blood at the scene. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol, leading the investigation, received conflicting accounts from those present at the party. One theory posited that Noah was pushed from the back of a moving truck, where a blood spot was found, causing him to stagger along the road before collapsing. Another theory suggested he might have been beaten elsewhere and his body dumped on the highway. Noah's friends and family were adamant that his injuries appeared to be the result of a severe beating. Those who saw his body described his face as looking like it had been attacked by multiple people. Dr. Stuart Fiser, an internist with extensive experience in emergency medicine, reviewed the autopsy report and concurred that the injuries likely resulted from a beating by several individuals. He dismissed the possibility of a single person causing such extensive damage unless it was a crime of passion, indicating that the severity and variety of injuries pointed to multiple assailants. Despite extensive investigations and numerous interviews, the exact circumstances leading to Noah's death remained elusive. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation classified the death as suspicious, but no clear answers emerged. The autopsy report left many questions unanswered, concluding the cause of death as undetermined. Noah's best friend, Jack Newton, who owned the ATV involved in the rollover, provided some insight but no clear answers. He mentioned that Noah had wrecked the ATV and was super dirty and drunk afterward. Girls at the party helped him shower, but what happened after he left the house remains a mystery. Noah's family, heartbroken and desperate for answers, made public pleas for anyone with information to come forward. His sister, Madison Rawlings, urged those involved to reveal the truth, hoping for some semblance of justice. His grandmother, Deborah Smith, and Aunt Robin Smith echoed these sentiments, expressing their frustration and grief over the lack of answers. Among Noah's friends, a shroud of silence prevailed. Many claimed ignorance about the events leading to his death. However, a few admitted to seeing his beaten face, confirming the suspicion that he was attacked. The lack of clear evidence and the refusal of witnesses to come forward left a void in the investigation. Dr. Fisher's analysis of the autopsy added a layer of complexity to the case. He highlighted the unusual presence of air in Noah's cranial cavity and spinal cord, conditions caused by massive head trauma. This, coupled with the extensive skull fractures, pointed to a violent assault. Dr. Fisher also noted the absence of blood at the scene as suspicious, suggesting the possibility that Noah's body was moved post-mortem. As time passed, the memories of that night continued to haunt Noah's friends and family. The videos and photos from the party, once symbols of carefree youth, now served as grim reminders of the tragic end. The sight of Noah, smiling and full of life, juxtaposed with the image of his broken body, created an emotional chasm for those who loved him. Despite the lack of new leads, the Oklahoma Highway Patrol and the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation vowed to continue their efforts to uncover the truth. The case, fraught with complexities and conflicting testimonies, remained open, with the hope that new evidence or a breakthrough might eventually provide the answers Noah's family desperately sought. Terral, Oklahoma, a small rural town, was forever marked by Noah's death. The community, once close-knit and peaceful, found itself divided by suspicion and speculation. The mystery surrounding Noah's death cast a long shadow over the town, affecting everyone who knew him. Amid their grief, Noah's family worked to preserve his memory. They set up a memorial at the spot where his body was found and visited his grave regularly, decorating it for what would have been his 20th birthday. They shared stories of his kindness, his dreams, and his love for life, hoping to keep his spirit alive even as they sought justice. The lack of concrete evidence and the silence of those who might know the truth kept the case from reaching a conclusion. For Noah's family, the pain of not knowing what happened was a wound that time could not heal. Noah's story is a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of truth and justice. As his family continues to search for answers, they hold on to the hope that one day someone will come forward with the information needed to bring clarity to Noah's death. Until then, they remain steadfast in their pursuit of justice, honoring Noah's memory with their unwavering dedication. In the quiet town of Terral, the mystery of Noah Presgrove's death remains a poignant reminder of the shadows that can lurk behind the most innocent of gatherings, leaving a trail of heartbreak and unanswered questions in their wake. We live in a crazy world where vigilance is more crucial than ever. It's essential to be aware of our surroundings and cautious about the people we trust. In a time where unpredictability is the norm, watching over our shoulders and carefully scrutinizing who we let into our lives is paramount. From everyday interactions to significant decisions, being prepared and careful can make all the difference in navigating the complexities and potential dangers that come our way. This heightened sense of awareness and preparedness is necessary to safeguard our well-being in this unpredictable and often chaotic world. Rest in peace, Noah Presgrove, taken from this world way too soon.